What is going on, guys? My name is Will, but you can call me Tate. Levi's Stadium is behind me, which only means one thing. I am back in the parking lot of California's Great America. I mean, I'll zoom in on that mountain over there, but Northern California is one of my favorite places I've visited for work. And the last time I was at this park, we didn't know that this park had plans to close. So now that I'm here, I'm definitely gonna take it in and yeah, just enjoy the park, because who knows if this is my last time ever standing foot here in this parking lot. California is just so beautiful. There's flight deck there. I'm gonna zoom in on these mountains. I mean, just breathtaking. So this park actually has my favorite top two of any park I've ever been to, that being Gold Striker and Railblazer. Gold Striker is one of my favorite wooden coasters. Railblazer is my number 3 overall coaster. I mean, that 1-2 punch is better than anything I've ever seen. One thing I wanted to note, there is no preferred parking at this park, which is very, very weird. But there are a lot of school buses, so it'll be interesting to see, how crowded it is. So here is the entrance, and I mean, just look at the palm trees. This park is so beautiful. I cannot wait to get in here. And we are in. I mean, just look at this entrance. The palm trees, the fountain package, the double-decker carousel. This place is unbelievable. And right at the start, one of my favorite rides. Those look like this observation tower is down. I really wanted to get some aerial shots of this park before it closed. Oh, the sun right above there. Yeah, that tower does look like it could use a repaint, but probably never gonna get one. So let's check out this Gold Striker line. Surprisingly, there's a lot of children here. So this line actually is the longest I've ever seen it. As it goes over there, maybe we'll walk around and see. We'll take a walk around first and see if some of these school groups die out. Yeah, this is just the line to Panda Express, so I guess there's definitely a lot of school trips here. It does look like Railblazer is operating. Let's get up close. Here it is. You will not find a better paced roller coaster, in my honest opinion. Let's see if we can walk around and see what the queue line looks like. Because the queue lines here are actually not set up to get super long. And it does look like that's probably about like 40 minutes, but I remember hearing that there's a single rider line for this thing. Let's see if that still exists. I have actually been able to do the other demon since the last time I was here. Did the one at Six Flags Great America, excuse me. What was it, last year? When I got to visit that park for work. I already have that credit. That is actually the 3rd ride here. I don't know if you guys remember, but I basically only rode this and Gold Striker last time I was here, because those rides are so fantastic that I would rather lap those than do any other rides. So we'll see what we're able to do here. Oh my goodness, this Railblazer line is almost out the entrance. Well, look at this rare coaster type that they've got here. That's very cool. I didn't even notice this thing last time I was here. I actually figured it was through the exit, but I asked a worker and it's the same as the fast lane line, so let's check that out. Such a beautiful ride area. So there's no sign that says it, but looks like we're just joining this queue here. We'll see how long this takes. Just to hear this ride in action again is so amazing. So we walked up to a row 5 ride. Very interesting how a single rider queue works. I'll talk about it in a second. So I actually didn't get to film it. There was a group that came from the exit or the ADA entrance, and for some reason they only wanted the middle rows. So as a single rider, they decided to give me row 1 and give them 2 through, I think it was 5. And row 1 is actually my favorite on this ride. Everybody says the back is better, but this dive loop right here, you get airtime going into the dive loop because of how it's shaped, and you are out of your seat going down the entire thing. It is amazing. I want to talk more about the ride, but I first want to say that it is so weird how the single rider line works. One, there is not a single sign anywhere that says there's a single rider line. And essentially all it is you go wait in the fast lane line. Like, you basically wait the length of the fast lane line until you get up close, and then they ask if there's any single riders. And yeah, that's how it works. So I waited probably about 20 minutes in total. And yeah, that's how the single rider line worked. I mean, actually very, very interesting, but this ride is absolutely amazing. I did hear that it had gotten a little rough, and there's definitely a vibration that because this thing flies through the layout, you can feel it the entire time, but definitely not gonna say it's 100% smooth. But oh, you can see that support shaking there. But it is absolutely so interesting that I've stood at Kings Island and Cedar Point in 2 plots of land, and I've said, hey, hopefully we'll get Railblazer plopped here when this part closes. And yeah, to get a ride on it, it's amazing. I lost my breath a little bit. That is how good that ride is. I would say that's solidly my number 3 coaster. I would put Fury above it and Voyage, but nothing else. That pacing is insane. That the airtime you get in that dive loop in the front is insane. There's just so much great airtime throughout the ride. The inversions, so that actually that cutback where you would expect there to be hang time, you fly through so there's no hang time. But then that last corkscrew at the end actually gives you a good amount of hang time. So I'm gonna walk around the park now so I can film the atmosphere and see if we can tell this place is closing. So here we've got what I've heard is the worst of 2 of both Grizzlies. And yeah, I have no interest to wait in a long school kid filled line to ride that. But we've got, oh my goodness, the lines for the food over there is absolutely insane. I think the only place I've ever eaten is over there. And it just says chicken over there. I think I got chicken tenders and fries, not Chicken Shack or anything good. Let's keep walking. Let's stop in this merch store and see if there's anything good for Railblazer. This is a cool design with Railblazer, but I don't think there's any evergreens in the park. So the drop tower is open. It does look like 3 out of the 4 sides are running. And yeah, just amazing to be walking around this park. Again, I'm documenting so many of it because who knows if this will be my last ever time walking through this park. It does appear this park has been Cedar Fairified at least a little bit, because there is a lot of these refresh stands, the Coke refresh stands that Cedar Fair is famous for. We do have a closed ride. Closed for maintenance as the tribe works to bring the flame back to life. I mean, look at the theming. This is all just for Zamperla Disco. Like, this is actually amazing. And this park is really beautiful. We're gonna keep walking this way, but just look at all the theming for this ride that's unfortunately closed. So there are a lot of planes that fly over the park coming out of the San Jose airport, which is actually the same airport I'm going to be flying out of here soon. Yeah, so it is right over an airport, or right under one, excuse me, I should say. And here is one of the rarest coaster types ever. This is an Aerodynamics Wild Mouse. And I really wish I wasn't here on a school trip day to get what is such a rare credit and a rare coaster type, because I would absolutely ride this thing. Well, let's keep on walking. I smell a code 420 this over here. I'm laughing over here because I've seen so many plots of land at my home parks and other parks that I've been like, hey, Railblazer would fit great in that plot of land, and I'm at the park with Railblazer. But hey, if they ever got rid of these racing cars here, they could plot Railblazer right here. I know it makes no sense because it's at the park, but it's just hilarious. They do still have their cars up and running though, which is actually a rarity at some of the Cedar Fair legacy parks. So here's a Snoopy photo op, and it looks like their Planet Snoopy is just a couple of rides over here on the way towards the water park. And yeah, it's so funny to see Planet Snoopy because I was just at Kings Island not even a week ago. You can see the 49er Stadium out back there. And yeah, it looks like there's literally just 2 or 3 kids rides over here with the backdrop of the slides. Now, I'm not sure why the water park is not open, but Yeah. As you can see, I think it's a little hot. I guess maybe in California it's not exactly hot enough to open a water park, but it hasn't got this hot in Ohio yet, but still beautiful weather. It does appear the Planet Snoopy extends over here. There's nothing in that corner, which is weird that it had that one off, you know, sort of street, but I guess it does extend here. And yeah, just get some great views of some of the other rides in the park. You can see the water park over there, and this park is actually a little bit bigger than I remember it being. So it would appear that this is more their kids area than the first thing I filmed, which would make a lot of sense. Got a lot of kiddie rides over there, and then here's what was the Little Bill coaster. Oh wow, there's a couple of extra airtime moments on this one. Look at this nice river they've got flowing down here. I'm waiting to film this airtime moment because goodbye lightning rod quad down, hello, whatever this ride is called. I mean, look at that. But yeah, here's their kids area. Sounds like jazz music at Kings Island playing through this area, or maybe it's just Snoopy theme, because I know there's a lot of jazz and piano music in that show. Please, Charlie Brown music, don't copyright me. Can't believe I just waited 8 minutes for a dispatch to film a kids coaster, but here we are. Look at the ejector, absolutely insane. It's actually kind of funny. Oh, it's a 2-lap special. Let's keep walking this way. So I forgot to say, the Railblazer team was actually killing it. They weren't stacking, so as you know, the next vehicle was going up the lift hill, as the returning one was going right up to the station. Very good job by that team, although that line did not move. So it seemed like there was no system for when they let fast lane people in and when they let the normal line people in. The guy was basically counting. He was like, you've got 5, you've got 3. Okay, let's let 5 fast lane people in and 3 regulars. So yeah, that line did not move like the regular line. So I'm very lucky that I was able to use the fast lane for free. Oh, I guess with all the California hot sun, it is nice. So we've got a covered bridge here and just sit and relax in some nice water. This park is so beautiful, and it's in one of the most beautiful settings ever. And look, they still got their sky buckets active. It's so rare to see that at a lot of parks. A lot of parks have closed theirs recently, but they have theirs. I do also want to say it's so weird to me that RMC has both some of the worst restraints when it comes to size accessibility and the best. Railblazer, I fit so easily in and had space, but on an RMC iBox or an RMC Woody, those are some of the tightest restraints in the business. So I have no clue what goes into, you know, setting those proc switches or what they have to be set to determine ride accessibility. And over here towards Flight Deck is the entrance to their water park, which, yeah, doesn't look like that will be opening anytime soon. We've got a stage over here, Mass Effect New Earth, a 4D journey. This isn't a 4D theater, is it? Oh, it is, I think. Oh, it's an attraction, not a theater, excuse me. Oh, and then they've got a KMG version of a Huss Frisbee, which is actually my favorite version of the ride because those spin a lot more laterally. But let's keep walking. South Bay Cantina looks like maybe a place to eat. And yeah, I just want to document this whole park because who knows if I will be back here. We've got another covered bridge. All American Corners, I think, is where we're heading. Look at this big open section of the park. This park is bigger than I remember it being. And it just saddens me now knowing the fate of this park. I mean, so many great rides here. Hopefully some of them are moved, but yeah, this place is amazing, but it's sad at the same time. I am glad that I got to ride on Railblazer at least one more time, just in case that ride closes. Just so happy to be here. So I'm not exactly sure what this building used to be. It looks like maybe it was some sort of restaurant, themed restaurant. Yeah, snacks and beer, but it looks closed. Keep walking this way. So it looks like we've got this junction here where you either go left, which is the main way it wants you to go, or there's a theater over here. And wow, look at how faded this paint job is on Flight Deck. They must only be running one train by how slow they've been sending it out. But this, I think this was initially red, right? And it looks almost like Banshee the way it's so faded. That is so interesting. But yeah, they're definitely not going to spend the money to repaint this thing. Also one of the older B&M inverts, so probably not likely to get relocated. Am I bummed that I haven't ridden this yet? Yes, maybe a little, but Railblazer and Gold Striker are so good that I would still rather ride those more. Speaking of Gold Striker, but let's keep going this way. And here's where the other end of their Sky Buckets ends. I think we saw the other end when we were in the other section of the park, so actually takes you across the park instead of Cedar Point, which takes you across like 1/5 of the park, if that. Roulette Dodge, I'm guessing, is their Dodgems attraction. They've actually got a nice themed building around it. I mean, there was definitely some effort put into this park. So this path takes us back to the other side of the carousel. I expected to be able to walk all the way down to Flight Deck. Did I miss a stop or something? Where is the entrance of Flight Deck? Yeah, because that's the park entrance. I must have missed something. I'm gonna walk back. What on earth? Well, that is completely embarrassing because I literally stood here and filmed how faded the track was, but missed that the entrance was right there. And there's the first train they've sent in like since the entire time I've been in this area, so maybe it broke down. Definitely got that old school B&M roar. Look at this line. It goes all the way almost to the entrance, so I think it's on one train, so we'll not be riding this today, unfortunately. Maybe ever, but I am not. It's okay. I've done a lot of B&M inverts. So I've just found a seat right by Flight Deck. I forgot to say this, but I've worked an entire day. I've been up since 4:30 in the morning. Actually, every time I've come to this park, it's been after working a full day, so I am tired. The thing is, though, this park closes extremely early, which is very weird. So I've only got a very limited amount of time here, so I'm glad we got that Railblazer ride. And yeah, hopefully we'll at least get another Gold Striker ride. I'm hoping some of these school trips start to file out of here. Yeah, they are definitely only running one train on this thing because that dispatch took another 10 minutes. So I think I'm gonna get this shot here and then move on. I'm sure it's a great ride, but running one train, I guess I'm gonna have to miss it. Just trust me, tried it. And following that path, it connects right here. So we're back at the front of the park. Does look like the Star Tower is open now. Let's check out that line. But again, just such a beautiful park. So I'm in the main merch shop now. There's a demon shirt. Some of these shirts look very cool. Maybe I'll find something in here. I remember not being able to find a shirt last time I was here. So we're back at the front of the park, and we can just see all these school groups lining up, hopefully leaving. But yeah, let's wrap around here now and see what the Star Tower line looks like. So I just checked out their main gift shop. All I want is a nice Gold Striker or Railblazer shirt, and I can't find either one of those. So I don't know, maybe it makes me appreciate the cool merch that Cedar Point has this year for all their rides. Look at that, it looks like it actually stops spinning at some point. Let's check this out. If I'm seeing right, there's no line. It's actually through the structure of Gold Striker here. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any line. So let's take a ride on this. This was actually closed the last time I was here. So it'd be cool to get some shots. So I actually just got off the Star Tower. They said the spin was broken, so sit wherever you want to view, which I did. So I actually filmed a full video. I'll probably upload that as a POV separate, but I'm gonna go and ride it again now and see if I can grab some pictures and some video clips. Yeah, so there's completely no spin at all. So we'll just try to sit. I sat facing sort of that way the first time, so we'll see where we sit as we can hear Gold Striker going. There's still a line for it, so I might just have to bear the line. I wonder if I can still get my one free fast lane. This is a Legacy Cedar Fair park, but I was kind of hoping to use that on Railblazer. So let's try to pick a view. I think this is where I sat last time. So let's sit right, or no, that's where I sat last time. Let's try right here. Yeah, some windows are better than others, as you can see, but should be able to get a great view from this one. Yeah, just look at the mountains. Focus.
The Star Tower opened in 1979. It was elevated thousands of steps. The area view of the park, Santa Clara Valley, traveling at a rate of 6% at 200 feet.
I mean, the setting of this place is just absolutely amazing.
Making entire season of limited fun. Please remain seated until the Star Tower has
You can feel this tower swaying, but I mean, just look at the setting of this place.
exit the same way that you entered.
This park, man, is beautiful.
California's great America.
Still in line for Gold Striker, but I think we're gonna have to wait. You can just see the school groups congregating. See if anything is running. There it goes. So, and then, of course, the 49er Stadium over there. This area of the country, the West Coast, is so beautiful. If you saw my Cedar Point vlog, you saw my cameo from, oh, they have their Sky Flyer open, which is very interesting. Who knows how long that'll be here. But if you saw my Cedar Point video, you saw my cameo where I was on the Oregon coast. So I love the West Coast. It's so beautiful out here. Literally the only one on this thing at this point. So let's go for a third ride and grab even more pictures, because who knows, you know, it'll be great to get aerial shots of this park, and we'll see what this land gets turned into and where these rides end up. And this ride's air conditioned, so I think I'm just gonna sit right here, relax, and at least get one more view, one more aerial view of this park. Oh my goodness, are those bags under my eyes? Yeah, I've been up a while. Right.
Please remain seated until the Star Tower has come to a full and complete renewal. At that time, please exit the same way that you entered.
Okay.
Thank you and have a great day here at California's Great America.
So now we're facing this view. It's just absolutely breathtaking.
Anyone ask you what time you clock in? Yeah. New station status. Hours continued. World class airlines. California.
Oh, well, I guess it's definitely.
Hopefully school groups are leaving, but yeah, I'm the only non-worker on here right now. And I think it's time to hold for Gold Striker, because we are quickly running out of time here. And I was hoping to get 2 rides on Gold Striker. I got my one on Railblazer, but it'd be cool if I could get another on Railblazer as well. So, but just look at the mountains. I mean, it's stunning, this part of the country. So 3 times now I rode the Sky Tower. Got some great pictures and footage. It's time to get back to coasters. So something very interesting just happened. I just tried to redeem my 1 free fast lane at the gift shop, and they said, yeah, we tried that here and we stopped doing it. So it's very interesting. Well, the sun is shining above it. I've waited long enough. Let's go join the Gold Striker queue. So the queue was out to about here when we first got here. And wow, it does appear to be shorter. So that is awesome. Hopefully we can do 2 rides on this and have time to go do 1 more on Railblazer. Am I in the right? Where did everybody go? It's a stairway. You guys saw when I was on the Sky Tower that the line was all the way out there. I guess a couple of major schools just left. Wow, should easily be able to get 2 rides. My front is the favorite on this one, so let's see if we can get at least one of those. So they are not assigning rows, so I'm just gonna go wait for the front. Yeah, basically waited 2 minutes to get to this point, and now it's gonna be a 2-train wait. That is awesome. Looks like the chain never slows down. Is this ride old enough not to have the technology where the chain slows down each time? It's actually really interesting. I never noticed that last time I was here. It is so good. It is so good. It is so good. And if you missed what I'm saying, it is so good. This park still has confidently 2 rides in my top 10, 2 that might be in my top 5. I think Gold Striker was like 6. Let's go get another front ride. I will say, it is rough. It has definitely gotten rougher since I was last here. Same with Railblazer, nothing that ruins the ride, but oh my gosh. There's so much airtime, so much lateral, so much airtime and laterals. Just a GCI masterclass. Until I rode this ride, I thought Mystic Timbers was the best it could get, and if you know, Mystic Timbers ranks like 7 for me at Kings Island, but it is amazing. And nothing screaming for me to buy it. That's a nice Gold Striker design. Oh well. And this is only just almost like I'm in a movie, an enthusiast movie. You guys saw the line for Gold Striker. It's completely died down now. I'm gonna get 2 rides in easily, and this top 2 is just insane. 2 extremely good rides, and I'm so blessed to be able to be back here for work. I'm tired, but I made it out here to get 2 great rides. If I never come to this park again, I'm happy with what I've ridden, but these rides are just phenomenal. Can I get that shot? Exceptional. So that separator has to, arrange everybody to come take a row and then check restraints. So she is working hard. I thank her for letting me wait for the front. And yeah, let's get one more ride on this. Had another front row ride. Don't get me wrong, it's rough, but it is awesome. Just look at how much the crowds have cleared out now that the school groups are starting to leave. I think it's actually been a great strategy that I've come here after work every time, as tired as I always am, to get on these rides, because I think I come towards the end when the lines are shorter. So I normally don't count rides or count how many times I've done rides, especially because the Kings Island Cedar Point rides, who knows how many times I've done them. But I knew I had 8 rides on Gold Striker, so I wanted to end on 10, a nice even number. I can't remember if I had 5 rides on Railblazer or 6 last time I came, so obviously I got 1. So I'm either at 6 or 7, but I'm definitely gonna do another, and it would be weird to end on an odd number. Somebody's school bus is leaving. So I'm a little tight on time, but there's no line for Patriot. So I actually don't have this credit because, as you heard me say, I've only done 3 coasters, the top two that are amazing, and Demon, and there's no line for Patriot. And I think this was one of the first B&Ms. So not even a stair wait, and I get to go on the famous Roller Coaster Tycoon station that has no roof. Here it is, the open station. There it went. Of course, no merch, just all arcades outside of Patriot. So that was Patriot. That actually was a little better than I thought. Definitely some headbanging, but there was some force, and it actually wasn't too bad. That's also the freshest looking coaster with that blue track. It's almost like the same shade as Orion, but I thought that was actually not too bad. People don't talk too well about that ride, so hey, I am leaving here with a new credit. Just look at how empty the pathways are here now. This is actually crazy. I'm hoping Railblazer has a short line, so at least it's still open. If you remember, this ride broke down actually every time, the couple of times I came here last time I was in Northern California 3 years ago. I did check. It's been more than 3 years since I've been here. So let's see what this line looks like. Very questionable operations there on Patriot as well. Felt like we were just sitting with our restraints down and nobody did anything for literally like 5 minutes. Let's hop in line and end our day with Railblazer. There's now no line for this rare. I think Schwarzkopf made this ride. Unfortunately, I get sicker a little bit easier now. Otherwise, I would definitely do that. But let's hop in Railblazer's line. It does still appear to be a pretty decent size, so this will be the last ride of the day. So the line is all the way out here. So probably a 45-minute wait with how slow this line moves. So let's do it.
Yeah, that's what they said. They literally said, "Oh, we're gonna go on that orange." And it's not nowhere to be seen. They're making fun of the kids getting.
So I think because there's no fast lane, we're actually moving pretty decent.
I know your business isn't that great, but you can just exchange it.
So there's still a decent line behind me. I actually got lucky, and I'm gonna get a row 1 ride just based off of where I was in the line. So we'll take that. So the yellow train was actually out of service. You can see the red train over there. So I'm gonna get both rides today on the yellow train, which was not in service the other times I was here. So I'm gonna have done the front on all 3 trains. There's some moments, some rides that you know you're gonna remember forever. You almost tear up on the lift hill. I'm just a kid from Ohio, man, out here in Northern California for work, riding one of my favorite rides ever. Exceptional. Well, the park is now closed. You can see how dead it is. So we'll probably take some off-ride shots of these last few Railblazer trains, and we'll head out. It's actually hard to get myself to leave. Who knows if this is the last time I'll ever step foot in this park. I have plans that might go through to be back here this year, but you know, you never know. There is just not a better paced ride than I have ever been on. It's confidently my number 3. It's not glossy smooth, but I mean, the pacing on that ride is just absolutely insane. I'm gonna get this shot and slowly walk away. So people talk about the great airtime moments, but there's a couple moments that I think are underhyped that I want to talk about. One is this upwards turn here, and then this, where is it? Oh, it's this way. This last turn right here are absolute gray out moments. I mean, the high G-forces in those moments is exceptional. You go from airtime to high G-forces to exceptional airtime. I mean, crazy out of your seat airtime. The pacing, this ride is amazing. And I'm just so happy to have been able to come back for, you know, back in North California for a second time to get to experience this ride. It's just amazing. And that line actually moved with no fast lane. I'm not gonna say it moved efficiently, but it definitely, that was the fastest that line's ever moved since I've been, or in all my rides on that ride. I probably take back wanting that at Kings Island and Cedar Point just because of how crazy the line would get and how long that would take, but hey, I'll put that in my backyard. If I grow up and get rich, I'm gonna put a hydraulic launch in my backyard and a Railblazer right next to each other. I didn't get a chance to use my meal plan because I was, you know, showcasing the park and doing some rides, but this is probably where I would have eaten. This place has smelled good the entire time I've been here. For some reason, every time I've been here, I just use it at the Panda Express, which makes no sense, but I don't want to walk away. Oh, it's empty now. But yeah, trust me, I've done the back row in that, and I just personally prefer the airtime you get on that dive loop and how crazy that dive loop is in the front to the two, you know, airtime moments that are a little bit better in the back. But oh man, I just want to make them have to drag me out of here. As we've got another plane flying above the double-decker carousel, this could be my last time I see Gold Striker. Now this, if they did some TLC to this, I think Cedar Point's got room where they removed the Sky Flyer and where Snake River Falls was removed. I think I said that in that vlog too. Hey, it'd be great to see Gold Striker here. And again, just to be here after saying something like that and, you know, joking, being here to be able to look and get another ride on it. Absolutely amazing. And just the way this park embraces the beauty of California with the palm trees leading up to the double-decker carousel. I don't even remember if Six Flags Great America had fountains. And I want to say their main pool here was drained when I went, but this park is truly beautiful. Gonna take some more pictures.
Get underneath if you're on the front.
For a park that's closing, you would hope they would make some better merch, you know, so you can get some great shirts for the two awesome rides here, Gold Striker, Railblazer. Railblazer is still testing for some reason. It's just so hard to walk out these exit gates to leave. I mean, just look at how beautiful this park is, but might as well do it. And just look at all the palm trees as you go through the booths and then the entrance in the back. What a beautiful park. Gold Striker, so it's got all those tunnels because as you see right next to the park, there's businesses. This is a very businessy area. No, it's not an official word, but, and there's Medusa on the ad for the park. Oh, for Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Wow, that's interesting. So I got to come back to my favorite top two ever. I got 2 front row rides on Railblazer, my favorite seat. 2 front row rides on Gold Striker, also my favorite seat. Got to do the Sky Tower, get some footage from there, and got to do Patriot. Sorry, I forgot for a second. Wow. There's just some days that feel magical than others. I didn't know this park was closing when I came here the first time. So I'm very grateful that I got the chance because of work to come back here. My hotel is 20 minutes from this place, to come back and get some more rides. I mean, I'm just so thankful, so blessed to be out here. And I'm blessed that you've watched this video. I'm glad that you got to this point. It means the world to me. My name is Will. You can call me Tate. I read every single comment I get. And that was California's Great America.
Can you catch me?